Hello, my name is Monster Hunter, and if you are new to the channel or you just subscribe solely for the How to Actually Improve series, you might be wondering what's going on with all the recent and quite frequent uploads regarding my speedruns. I'd like to take the time to explain why they're coming out en masse like this. The goal of my channel has always been to create dual-sided discussions and educational content surrounding Monster Hunter, as I feel that there is a chasm that needs to be filled on both Capcom's part and other YouTubers themselves. However, I'm not just a casual or a seasonal type. I'm a longtime fan and a high-level player. That's not a humble brag or a ego trip. After years of just playing the series, I got into speedrunning, but I figured I'd start my channel out by uploading said speedruns while I took the time to learn editing in order to bring more efficient and digestible content to the table. I'd say I succeeded in doing both, but I had a bit of a lull. It wasn't because my hands were tied and I was super busy, more rather it was self-imposed. I'd grown frustrated with two very big things that happened when Sunbreak came out. The first being continued support for the game through title updates, and the other being the rules made to the particular speedrun category that I myself enjoy. To address the title updates, no, I'm not against them. I love Monster Hunter and I love how Capcom is continuing to provide additional content for free well after the game's supposed completion that isn't just in the form of event quests. I noticed something in World though that was leaving a sour taste in my mouth. Continued updates means more content in the form of features, monsters, and gear. The way all three are combined incites casuals to return to the game while supplying hardcore players with more to work for. Problem is, those features are usually something that is taken away from us on release of the base game so that it can be added in later. Decorations in Sunbreak were limited and only expanded with each update, which means you're constantly playing a weaker version of your sets, not just from armor exclusive skills, but general skills as well, like certain level 4 decorations or a skill that you and I both know should have been accessible from the start. And you cannot blame the COVID because it was already in motion well before public knowledge, as it can be seen with the talismans in World. It may have just been a way to maintain power balance while they figured things out, but I personally prefer having access to all available base content and bonus updates or DLC expanding by adding new features, not ones we should already have. This hindered my desire to speedrun because if I get a good time on a monster and another update comes out and suddenly my options are expanded, then running the monster again to do slightly better would be a waste of time, no pun intended. I decided to do that with only one monster in particular because I'm an absolute simp for her, and that's Narwhal. You can go to my channel page and see all the runs in my Narwhal journey playlist and understand exactly what I mean. Maybe someone finds enjoyment in constantly improving a record, but that's just not me. I would rather wait. The speedrun changes, however, I was a little less forgiving on, but I never really opened my trap to vocalize my issues. Speedrunning is just completing an objective as quickly as possible, either freeballing or under certain restrictions. With Monster Hunter, it's no different. There are two main categories: freestyle, which sees anything go, and time attack, which has restrictions on certain things like items, skills, environment, buddies, and more. I primarily run time attack as I find the intimacy of the hunt more comfortable. For mhrspeedrun.com, the rules for each category changed with the release of Curious Armor Crafting. I'm going to put on screen the written out reason, but I'm just going to TLDR you. The intense RNG nature of augments creates a power vacuum that can only be filled by those who get lucky on Switch or those who willingly mod on PC. This ruins the competitive integrity, as it can make some people feel bad about not being lucky or by choosing not to mod. That's fine. I wholeheartedly agree because it does suck that you put so much effort into these runs with tickets, items, resets, and more. Meanwhile, Joe Schmo PC has unlimited tickets and items so he doesn't have to farm, removed small monsters and altered the spawn locations so RNG doesn't mess with him, and cherry on top has created the perfect talisman which almost always includes attack boost plus whatever it is they need for their particular weapon. Then you have people like me who choose not to mod in any way, shape, or form, or others who don't have access or knowledge on how to use mods. The way they handled this in Base Rise was by having a PC category where they could just be uploaded there, and if there was ever suspicion or blatant modding done on Switch, then it would be put in the PC category too. Circling back to the RNG element, talismans are just a single grade under the intensity of armor augments, as a good talisman can make or break a set. Yet, if someone altered their business, they were just put into another category. To some extent, they are correct that it is quite laborious to sit down and augment, but I feel that that's a reflection of the player's hard work to farm and roll for as long as they do, despite the disparity of RNG. So why wasn't there a category created on the website? Instead, we have the simple rules category, which is just TA with armor augments, and I believe it was created by correction, it was made by Deaga. You might be wondering, Monster Hunter, why didn't you just speak up and request it? Well, it's simple. I'm a lurker by nature. I exist outside of every fandom or community doing my own thing regardless. I'm not really a put myself out there or tribalistic individual. I'll put out maybe a tweet here or there regarding some things, but other than that, I just simply watch. To me, it seemed they were convinced and justified in their belief on the RNG aspect, and I felt that it wasn't my place to force them to do work that could potentially amount to servicing me as the individual rather than the entirety of the community. Nah, thanks. I'll just stay in my corner with my Lampshade of Stealth +2. To recap, I stopped running TAs because I wanted the game to reach completion, and the leaderboards didn't have my preferred rule set. I like doing runs, and I apologize to everyone if it feels like they're being spammed. I'm just making up for lost time. I do promise, however, to not run Narwa anymore. We're 1 month out from hearing whether or not the rumors of MH6 showcasing at Tokyo Game Show are true, and I plan to keep covering Monster Hunter related material for now and into the foreseeable future. I might make a video on my thoughts about special investigations, but we'll see what's up. I'm still working on the How to Actually Improve series, so that might be out in the beginning of September. And until next, oh, goddamn you phone. Until next time.